If you're hunting for the perfect enameled Dutch oven, chances are you've heard about the Made in Enameled Dutch Oven, a cast iron marvel promising exceptional heat retention and oven-worthy performance. But here's what surprised me. Despite the glowing reviews and a hefty $299 price tag, this pot comes with some quirks that might make you think twice before hitting that buy button. In this review, I'll uncover the real story behind the Made in Enameled Dutch Oven, what it does brilliantly, where it misses the mark, and whether it's worth the investment or just another fancy kitchen gadget that will gather dust. So, if you're tired of overhyped cookware leaving you frustrated, stick around, because what I'm about to reveal might just save your kitchen sanity or at least your wallet. First things first, who exactly is this Dutch oven for? If you're a serious home cook or a culinary adventurer who demands consistent heat distribution and wants a piece built to last generations, the Made in Dutch Oven is designed with you in mind. It boasts a classic French cast iron construction with a non-stick enamel coating that promises easy cleaning and durability. But if you're someone who occasionally cooks soups or stews and isn't too bothered about fine details, or doesn't want to spend $300 on a pot, then this might not be your best bet. So buckle up for a full deep dive into the craftsmanship, performance, and usability, plus some pitfalls I urge you to consider before swiping that credit card. Let's start with what's undeniably good. The Made in Dutch Oven measures about 14.5 inches wide, with an 8.75-inch cooking surface, which is a solid size for feeding a family or meal prepping. It's constructed with a perfected cast iron to enamel ratio developed through years of French craftsmanship. Yes, the kind that makes you picture chefs from Parisian bistros ladling out ratatouille. This isn't just marketing fluff. The design ensures exceptional heat retention and circulation, key to turning those tough cuts of meat into tender, fall-off-the-bone braises. Plus, the proprietary cloud cover lid features pea-sized dimples that trap steam and continuously baste your food. That's fancy talk for your roast being juicier, because steam keeps circulating evenly instead of escaping into your kitchen air. Here's your first twist, though. While the non-stick enamel sounds like a dream for quick cleaning, many users report minor issues with durability over time. The enamel, while smooth, isn't as chip-resistant as some competitors like Le Creuset. Imagine spending $300 and then nervously scrubbing around tiny chips. Not exactly the heirloom quality you hoped for. And yes, Made in claims the product is built to be heirloom quality, with exquisite French tradition. No argument on the aesthetics and basic craftsmanship. But real-world use tells a slightly different story. For example, the enamel surface, while serviceable, isn't the most forgiving if you're accidentally a bit rough or use metal utensils, which, by the way, Made in cautions against but doesn't provide silicone tools with the purchase. Okay, but what about cooking performance? Here's the second promissory hook. Many cooks praise its heat retention, but some find the weight somewhat challenging. We're talking cast iron after all, so it's heavy, no surprise there. But compared to other Dutch ovens around this size, this pot feels bulkier and a bit harder to maneuver when full. For someone with weaker wrists or limited kitchen space, consider that a real con. Have you ever tried picking up and shifting a nearly 14-pound pot filled with stew? It's a workout, not a quick kitchen chore. The lid's cloud cover design is a clever engineering touch. The tiny dimples inside cause condensation, the steam from your cooking, to drip back down evenly, keeping moisture locked in and flavors intensified. It's like a built-in steam bath for your food. But oddly, several users mention the lid doesn't seal as tightly as they'd like, resulting in more evaporation than expected during long braises. A tight seal is crucial when simmering for hours, so this loose lid means you might have to add liquid more frequently, potentially diluting deep flavors. So while the concept is cool, the execution might frustrate dedicated slow cookers. Now for a quick joke break. Why did the Dutch oven break up with the frying pan? because it felt the relationship was getting too heated. All right, back to business. If we zoom out to value for money, here's where the made in enameled Dutch oven sparks debate. At $299, it's definitely on the premium side. You're paying for French manufacturing, a heritage brand story, and solid functional design. But when you stack it up against other iconic brands like Le Creuset, which often come with more robust enamel finishes, a wider color palette, and accessories like silicone handles included, you might feel underwhelmed. This pot gives you good basic performance, but not necessarily the wow factor or the stamped heritage that justifies the sharp price gap. Plus, Made in tends to be a newer player in this space, meaning long-term customer support and warranty might not be as bulletproof. Now, story time. One of my friends, a gifted home chef, got this Dutch oven last Christmas as a gift from a loyal Made in fan. At first, she was ecstatic and bragged about the impeccable heat retention and even cooking. But after a couple of months, she started noticing tiny chips on the enamel exterior, probably from clanging pots during storage. Then, the steam trap lid lost some of its magic when she was forced to keep adding broth overnight. Eventually, she switched to a rival brand she'd borrowed, which worked better for her slow cooker recipes and wasn't such a pain to clean. So, the Made in Dutch oven wins on heat and looks, but drops points on durability and lid functionality for practical use. So what about the cleaning ease factor? Because no one wants to scrub for ages after a great meal, right? The non-stick enamel does deliver a relatively easy cleanup compared to bare cast iron. You won't be seasoning or oiling it endlessly. Yet it's not quite foolproof. Food residue can still cling to the surface, especially if you let it sit for a bit. Steaming and soaking in soapy water help, but aggressive scraping or abrasive sponges, not recommended. Otherwise, risk chipping the finish. If you like cooking on both stovetop and oven, you'll find this Made in pot versatile. It's compatible with induction, gas, electric, ceramic and gas ranges, plus safe for oven use up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's perfect for searing meat, then transferring it straight to the oven without changing vessels, which is a huge time saver. But do note the pot's hefty weight and awkward handle grip design. It can get slippery or uncomfortable when handling heavy, greasy meals. So you might want to grab some thick oven mitts to avoid an unintended kitchen disaster. Alright, here's another joke for the road. Why don't Dutch ovens ever get lost? Because they always stick to the pot. Okay, one last time. Why was the cast iron pot invited to every party? Because it always brings something hot to the table. Now, I promise we're almost done. To wrap it all up, the Made in Enameled Dutch Oven is a solid, stylish pot that delivers consistent heat and some thoughtful design touches like the cloud cover lid and the non-stick enamel finish. It's truly made with care in France, something that's rare these days, and ideal for serious cooks who appreciate durability and even cooking. However, there are some caveats that prospective buyers should weigh. The enamel is a bit prone to chipping, the lid doesn't seal perfectly, and its hefty weight can challenge beginners or those with limited kitchen mobility. Plus, the price point is premium but doesn't quite reach top-tier, established competitor standards. If your cooking style involves lots of searing, braising, roasting, and you want a Dutch oven that performs well while looking gorgeous on your countertop, the Made in Enameled Dutch Oven can be a strong contender. But if you want absolutely rock-solid durability, perfect sealing lids, or a wider warranty and accessory package, shopping around before committing might save you some heartache. In the end, it boils down to how much you value French craftsmanship and design versus rugged long-term kitchen performance. If you're ready to take the plunge or just want to check current deals, I've dropped the best price link down in the description for you to explore. This way, you can see if Made in Enameled Dutch Oven clicks for your kitchen needs. Remember, investing in quality cookware can transform how you cook, but it should also suit your lifestyle, budget, and personal preferences. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review. Hopefully, You're now equipped to make a savvy choice instead of blindly trusting flashy marketing. Now go forth and cook with confidence, whether you choose made in or find another gem. Bon appetit!